Welcome back. Very excited for that science talk later, Penelope. And what do you have us for this morning?
What do I have us for this morning?
I'm just really excited about my impending immortality, and I'm having trouble moving on from that. But take us away.
It's funny you should mix up all the words in the sentence, because what I've got is very language based. Okay?
Oh boy.
So
exciting.
Saw a little press release come through. Makers of the language app Duolingo are once again appealing to any citizens of the island who still speak the old Driftwood language, Driftic, to come forward and be part of the team adding the language to the app. Now, here's the thing. We all know it. Derek City Councillors have reminded the makers of the app that there is only one man who speaks Driftic, and he lives in a houseboat on the Flanders Canal just north of New Derrick. But historians are once again skeptical as to whether he is accurately speaking the language or is just a chancer taking advantage of the lack of other Driftic speakers to get himself a well-paying job at the university. Okay, now I can confirm I know no Driftic. None. That is a dead language.
Either. Yeah. Bench, you do know some of the old language of Driftwood.
I remember
but that's
some
different
terms.
than Driftic.
Yeah,
right?
my great grandfather spoke Driftic, and I will say I don't know much of it, but he did say that old man Jonathan was I don't want to say nutcase, but wacko.
I believe he does have tenure now at the university, so they cannot do anything about it. But I have heard reports from people that have taken his class that it is just watching old episodes of Seinfeld.
I mean, if people are taking the class, he's the only person, you said he's the only person that speaks Driftic?
He says he's the only person that speaks it.
Okay, but if he's then teaching a course and teaching people how to speak it, but after taking the course that they can't speak it and he's still the only person, then it can't really be like a solid language with rules and grammar and stuff, right?
There is no consistency to what he's teaching anyone. So he will, in order to remain top dog of this language, 1 year just watched old episodes of Seinfeld. The other year only got told the sentence, "I would like a reservation for 2, please, for dinner."
You know,
he taught people that?
He taught people that,
does
allegedly.
Explain,
which isn't helpful, because presumably the person you're making the reservation with isn't going to speak the language, so what's even the point of it?
Exactly. And what if there's more than 2 of you going for dinner? Or it's lunch?
That's true. If there's 3 of you, you're done.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this does make a lot of sense in the last meeting of the Driftwood Historical Society last month. There were a lot of people who were I didn't know if this was like an inside joke situation. I'm now understanding maybe they were trying to communicate an old Driftic, but it just came off as like really bad Seinfeld impressions.
Yeah.
Was that part
What's
of
the deal with pirate ships?
I once saw everyone just dance.
That was incredible, Bench. Sorry, you once saw everyone just dance?
They were just dancing in like a real, like all of them, just like an excited dance.
Was it a good dance?
It was.
And that was part of the language?
Apparently, allegedly.
It was a very physical language. We do know that.
Like a lot of gesticulation, like Italian people, they sort of use their hands a lot. And now this Driftic is that
It's like
times
real intense
and even
knees.
more so, like the whole body.
Real intense knees, yeah.
Knees.
Yeah,
They gesticulate with their knees.
I say dance. Maybe it was more of like an excited, like, ooh.
Like the haka.
Like a Kramer.
From New Zealand.
No, nothing is formal or as planned as that. Just
Kramer?
Just 4 people just excitedly reacting to something, I'd
Were
say.
they slapping their knees?
No.
Like the haka from New Zealand?
Not even slapping. I think I cannot stress enough how far away from the haka is.
Okay.
Dirk.
Was that?
Do you just want to talk about your recent trip to New Zealand again? It's fine if you do.
It's a lovely country. I enjoyed it. I was fascinated by the haka. I do gotta say though, you always see sporting events where the team from New Zealand does the haka, and the other team just like takes it.
Stands there.
They just stand there like a bunch of idiots, like a bunch of jerks, and just take it. And essentially, the haka is like a way of being like, it's like a war dance. It's like, we're gonna beat you down. We're gonna beat you. We're gonna win. If someone was doing that, was just like talking smack, you'd say something back, except everyone just stands there with their mouth agape looking like a bunch of jerks. If they were doing the haka to me, I'd be like, no, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. I'd be coming back at them the entire time.
Can I say something?
You're a radio host.
There's a tiny little spider. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I see the tiny spider.
I just get so distracted by a teeny tiny little spider. It is very cute.
pretty adorable over there, actually.
Just on his
let it
little
go.
web.
Yeah,
It's actually really relaxing to watch.
Mm.
it is.
You weren't relaxed by my
I was getting
Aggressive shouting and
rant about
pointing.
the
No.
haka.
I was getting a little tense. I will say.
Would you not say something back? You just stand there. It's I enjoy it very much. It's fantastic. But
gonna be honest.
it's smack talk. It's historical smack talk.
Will-
It's coming back up.
Will it be? Would the reply to the hacker be seen as just one man ranting? You know, like, is that going to be a cool response, or is it just going to
There's
be like,
no way
he's
it's going to
lost
look
it?
as cool as the
No.
haka.
I'm gonna be
But
honest.
it's just for the sake of sticking up for yourself.
Yeah, that
I
makes
have
sense.
Have some
never seen a
dignity.
haka. I don't quite know what it is.
They get in a formation. There's like a physical element to it. It's really quite breathtaking.
It's really stunning to watch,
I enjoy
yeah.
it very much. But it's only when I then look at the other side and
They got
they're
nothing.
just standing there like
Yeah.
a bunch of fools. It's like,
It
come on,
kinda-
guys! Like, just gonna take that.
It kind of reminds me, you're watching someone like sincerely doing really like a piece of art at you. And it sometimes reminds me of when you'll be at a party and someone will just get an acoustic guitar out. And I just don't know how to respond in that moment to someone sincerely and earnestly just trying their best at a little acoustic song. You know? It's the same.
That's a power move in a way.
Because I would like to respect and show that I'm listening and I'm taking it in. But I just never know what is expected of me. But then it's fine because I never encounter this because I don't play professional rugby at high level.
I'd watch a million hakas before I was held hostage by I would definitely start talking smack if some guy with a guitar tried to
Watching,
serenade me. Then I'd much prefer taking the haka to that.
I don't even see it as like two competing things. Watching the All Blacks perform high level rugby, beautiful and joyous.
And they've won. Honestly, after the haka, they've won. They've won the mental game already. They've beaten their opponent in that. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's vicious.
Stunning.
It's everything.
But
the
watching your friend
the haka
Steve
from New Zealand is everything. Dirk, don't tell no lies.
Dirk, don't tell
Go
no
on,
lies.
Dirk, don't tell no
Watching your
lies.
friend Steve just earnestly pick up a guitar and start playing
I'm so sorry for that.
a version of Hallelujah that night at your flat was one of the worst things I have ever experienced in my life.
Yeah,
He
I
was
knew
doing
that.
the jazzy thing where like the chords didn't even sound
It didn't
anything
make
like
sense.
When I got back from the restroom and saw what was happening, I mean, you saw me throw him out. And have you seen Steve since?
Never.
No.
it. Wait, what did you do?
You won't have to worry about Steve's guitar playing anymore.
I'm gonna leave it at that. That's okay.
And you should
He's-
because
I'm fine with that.
I don't know what happened to him, but if that
He's at
performance, he
sea.
deserves it.
He's at sea. Let's just say that.
Hey, we all know what that means. When you say someone is at sea, there's no follow-up questions to that.
Because they're on the water.
We don't say
That's what
that,
it means. It means they're on the water bench.
but we don't say that part out loud. That's an understanding. Guys, come
Yeah,
on,
'cause
you
they're
know
on the
better.
water.
They're on the water,
I know they're,
the ocean.
but you're not supposed to say it. We all
The
get
wave.
it.
Why is it okay? The waves. They're in
you'll
they're in
get
the
it.
waves.
Because you don't say that part because that part's incriminating, and we don't want
Why
to
is
say
it
They're on-
that.
incriminating?
They're on the water that's controlled by the moon.
Yeah, the moon has them,
The moon
But
has
which
them.
on
is
the
which is
water.
very romantic.
It is.
You know,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's a nice place to be.
The moon,
Yeah,
Yeah.
The moon, the water.
When
all
it
of
hits your eye,
like a big pizza pie.
I was going to
That's the
say like
moon.
waves.
Oh,
Because sometimes a wave will hit you in the eye and you're like, oh, salt water.
sorry. I'm just still thinking about needing to go to that gala later and not being able to eat dinner, and I'm getting pissed.
I'm gonna go this year, and I'm gonna we should sit next to each other, and I'll help you through it to not
I'll
tear into
appreciate
that.
that.
Because if you're a donor, I don't want them to revoke your membership or anything like that.
I don't
And
think they can.
I feel like if you tear the art apart with a knife, that's not gonna go well for you, Bench.
Oh, don't worry about it. All the knives are made of fabric.
Oh my god,
They think of everything.
You're going to really struggle if they...
I'm gonna need you there, Dirk. I'm really gonna need you there.
One
This
year
is
it
gonna be
was-
hard for me.
One year it was delightful little tool, like a little but not like a tool, like the fabric tool. you know?
No,
so it was
I-
very
What? I have
netting.
no idea what you're
Like
talking
What are you
about.
netting.
saying?
Like netting.
What was netting?
The knife.
The knife was knitting.
netting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knitting or
Netting.
netting?
Netting. Sorry, this is my northern accent.
Yeah,
It was netting.
netting.
It was
Like
No,
a,
no,
like
no.
a
It
fishing
wasn't
net.
like net. It wasn't like they netted it with needles. It was like netting.
Like a net, like a fishing net?
Fish net.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was a fishnet knife.
Yes.
There
But,
are
like-
so many layers to the poetry of that. Like you're eating a fish with
They think of everything.
that which
you're not.
was
The
used
trouser
to
boys.
catch the fish.
But you're not eating the fish. They don't actually put a
But
fish
the
in front of you.
performative element, okay, well, when you watch a play and someone eats a meal in a scene, they're not actually really eating the meal.
If it's a
Oftentimes.
play and there's food, they are.
Not
If it's
always.
a movie, they're not.
Not all. Okay, well then, if you watch a movie,
You don't
my
get a
point is
spit
that
bucket
it's
on
a,
stage
it's a
often.
performance. It's a ceremony. It's the artistry of it. It's not the literal interpretation of what's actually happening.
Matthias
And I'm
looks
here for it.
flustered.
That's true. I think he's choking on something.
Oh, where did a spider go? I'm not seeing it anymore.
Oh.
Is it?
Oh God.
Oh, no.
He's pointing at his neck. He's pointing at his neck, and I see a bite.
I think he might
I
have
see
swallowed
a
that
bite.
spider.
Yeah.
We should kick it to break now. Good Morning Driftwood is brought to you by Yurts. Want to go camping, but a tent isn't luxurious enough? Get a yurt. Want to go camping, but still hang out inside? Get a yurt. Want to go camping, but like freaky camping? You can't be getting freaky in a tent. There's no room for the sexual positions you actually want to do. Don't let the inherent nonstop erotic inspiration of hiking, the great outdoors, be foiled by subpar tent accommodations. Get a yurt and unlock all the crazy feats of sexual athleticism that your body and mind are capable of. Yurts for freaky camping in any climate. Yurts, we thank you for your sponsorship.